So I've been wanting to make this video since November, since right after Survivor Series. Yeah. To be honest, my ranking was gonna be very outdated because like I watched all of them like one time, so I decided to rewatch all. How many is there? 11 or 12 pay-per-views of the year. I'm not gonna include the NXT ones because I barely watched any NXT this year, so I really didn't know any storylines that much. But yeah, we're just gonna it took me what 15 days to watch every single one of them. I have notes right here that have every single pay-per-view. Like, look at this. Look at this. Like, it took so long just to watch all of this. So we're gonna start off with the Royal Rumble. The men's Rumble was pretty good. No surprises that much. In the dog. No surprises that much. Cody Rhodes did win, which was very predictable. Not many surprises. I'm gonna give the men's Royal Rumble just a good 4.3 out of 5, I guess. LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt in a pitch black match, which was literally just for Mountain Dew. It was bad. It was really bad. It was 4 minutes long, and that's literally it. So I don't know if it's my dog. He's being really weird right now. But this one and the Raw Women's Championship, they're boring.
Boring as hell.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally just a no holds barred match with friggin' I don't even know, dark whatever. I'm gonna give that one a 2.5 out of 5. The Raw Women's Championship was 2.7 out of 5. But yeah, Women's Royal Rumble was pretty good. Yeah, it's a surprising return from Michelle McCool, Chelsea Green, and sadly Nia Jax. It was pretty cool though. Rhea Ripley was able to last from number 1 all the way to the end. Liv Morgan had a good showing too. Basically doing the same thing except losing. But yeah, pretty good Rumble. I'm going to give this one a 4.3 out of 5 as well. At the time I had it 3.5 out of 5, but I changed my mind. And then the main event was Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns for the WWE and I'm just going to call it what it is, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, which for no reason, I don't even know why, I gave that match a 5 out of 5. Looking back at it, it was still a pretty good match in my opinion, just the storyline and all the wrestling behind it. It was still a pretty good match in my opinion, but now I'll just give it a 4.6 out of 5, I guess. I don't know. And then Sami Zayn turning on Roman at the end was just really fun. It was really awesome. This was miles better than last year's horrible Royal Rumble, which, thank goodness, Vince and Shane are gone. Where Shane was literally the whole reason why the whole Royal Rumble was bad. But whatever. 4.4 out of 5 for this one. Yeah. So then next up we had Elimination Chamber. Which... yeah, it started off with the women's elimination chamber, which was pretty good. 3.4 out of 5 in my opinion, really cool. And then Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. This one was, I thought this was gonna be a really good match. Instead, it was Lesnar did a low blow, and that really just put everything away. Like, that was it. Lashley versus Lesnar. That's it. No more. Or I guess there was. I just didn't see it. 2.5 out of 5. Like, I really hate that was the end. And then next up was a mixed gender tag match, which was Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Judgment Day. I miss Edge. But this was like one of the greatest, possibly the greatest mixed gender tag matches ever. I mean, they really like used this so well. Like 5 out of 5. In this one I have 4.5 out of 5, but like 5 out of 5. The U.S. Championship. It was the men's elimination chamber match, and that was just phenomenal. AJ Styles wasn't there, but still, it was amazing. Everyone contributed to the amazingness of this match. 5 out of 5 for that. And the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, he's going under again.
Gizmo.
The undisputed WWE Universal Championship between Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, the Montreal homeboy, in his own. If he does it again, go to make him go to your room. Sorry, my dog is being a pain in the ass right now. But yeah, this says 4.2 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 actually. Like Sami Zayn had a pretty good showing against Roman Reigns, and the whole elimination chamber. Like the last 3 matches were just phenomenal. All of them were 5 out of 5s in my opinion. So elimination chamber 4.7 out of 5, and here I have a 4.3. This one I have 4.7. So Elimination Chamber goes ahead of the Royal Rumble. So the next up is WrestleMania. WrestleMania goes Hollywood. WrestleMania 39. Night 1 was outstanding. Night 2 was absolute dog. His crap. I don't know. It started off pretty well. It started off horribly, by the way. United States Championship, John Cena versus Austin Theory. John Cena looked worn out the first 2 minutes. 3 out of 5. Horrible. Or not horrible, it was just not good at all. The Tag Team Showcase match. Amazing. 4.5 out of 5. Awesome. Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. 4.8 out of 5. That delivered too. The 6-woman tag team match was the one I looked forward to the least. Becky and the Legends, Lita and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control. That was okay. 3.5 out of 5. And then the 5th match, one of the best feuds of the whole decade so far. Like, it's top 6. It's not, but it's a really good feud. Rey versus Dominic Mysterio, which Rey gives them a public ass whipping. 3.8 out of 5 for them. The SmackDown Women's Championship. Yes. The SmackDown Women's Championship. Rhea, Charlotte, 5 out of 5. Oh my gosh, that was just amazing. Undisputed Tag Team Championship between the Usos and versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. 5 out of 5. Night 1 was, if it was only night 1 of WrestleMania, I would put it at the 5 out of 5. But sadly, night 2 exists. So, Brock versus Omos was 4 minutes long. 3 out of 5. The Women's Tag Team Showcase. Horrible. Like, only Liv and Raquel was supposed to win it. They were robbed. Liv and Raquel were really supposed to win this. But no. Of course. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Ronda didn't even do anything. Submitted Shotzi in less than 3 seconds. Taps out. 2.8 out of 5. The Intercontinental Championship was and should have been a contender for Match of the Year. 5 out of 5. The Raw Women's Championship between Bianca Belair and Asuka. It was okay. 3 out of 5. 3.8 out of 5. And then the final 2 matches were Edge versus the Demon Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match. And then Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns in an undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. Okay. I gotta give that one some... I gotta cut that one some slack. The Hell in a Cell match. Finn Balor cut his head open. 14 staples. Oof. It was. They still tried to do the best they could. It was just like it just got cut short. It was like 20 minutes, and it's cut short. Imagine if Finn did not get injured. That would have been a much better match. Still 4.5 out of 5. Still pretty good. And then the main event, the WWE Universal Championship between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. It gets a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. I don't know. I definitely feel like Roman should have won. Roman won, yeah, but all they really wanted was for him to get a, I don't know, 1,000 days. 4.5 out of 5 for WrestleMania. It's just night 2 was absolutely horrible. Night 1 was pretty good. Night 2 was horrible. And then we go on to Backlash, which actually was a much better show than I thought. It started off with the Raw Women's Championship between Bianca Belair and Io Sky. That one was one of the best one of the top 5 women's matches of the year. Oh my goodness. 4.7 out of 5 to start off. That was a really awesome way to open the show. And then, yeah, we had Seth Rollins versus Omos, which really just got thrown in here because of MVP. That one was actually a pretty good match. 4.1 out of 5 in my opinion. Even though Omos is, like, genuinely hated, like, it's still pretty good. I guess. And the next up we had was a U.S. Triple Threat Championship between Bronson Reed, Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory. That was, like, 6 minutes long. It was really just okay. Lashley speared Bronson Reed. Theory threw Lashley out of the ring and pinned Bronson Reed and won like that. I mean, okay. I guess. 3.8 out of 5. And yeah, next up we had was a SmackDown Women's Championship between Zelina Vega versus Rhea Ripley. That was like 7 minutes long. Like, Zelina actually took control of it for like 2 minutes, and then she just got dominated by Rhea Ripley at the end of it. 3.3 out of 5. Like, that was just... yeah. I don't know why. Whatever. Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny should have been the main event, and it's match of the year. It's match of the year. It should... no, it's not technically like the match stipulation of the year. whatever. But yeah, 5 out of 5 for that. That was just hard hitting. That was the overbooked mess that I like. I have no idea why. I just like the overbooked mess at the end. It worked. It worked out though. Judgment Day and then the LWO coming in. Carlito coming back, which was not expected. It was like the whole pop from the crowd and the last time we ever heard his OG theme song. And yeah. 5 out of 5 all around. Props. But the only bad thing about this is that it wasn't the main event. The crowd was on fire for this. And then the Bloodline versus Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Matt Riddle. 4 out of 5. He needs to shut up, I swear. That one was just your typical match. The Bloodline won, but look, it just felt like it was just thrown in there. Cody versus Brock, though, it had actual meaning behind it. But the main event match was cut short because Brock got absolutely cut. Oh, sorry. Brock got absolutely cut his face open in the end. They had, like, I understand why the match, if it was cut short, like, yeah. He literally cut his face open. Like, oh my goodness. Cody Rhodes did win 3.5 out of 5 for the main event. Yeah. So Backlash, better than WrestleMania. Oh no, it's like slightly worse than WrestleMania. I'm going to give that one a 4.5 out of 5 as well. Backlash, it goes ahead. So, next up is Night of Champions, which is so far the worst one. It started off with the World Heavyweight Championship match versus AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. He needs to shut up, I swear. 4.5 out of... sorry. 4.5 out of 5 for that one. Now, it was a pretty good match, just a little bit underwhelming, but it was still pretty good. 4.5 out of 5 for the first ever World Heavyweight Championship. Or not the first ever, the inaugural match. Seth Rollins won. Good choice. Yeah. Next up was Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Yeah. Trish did win, but not too good. I don't know. 3.6 out of 5. In my opinion. The Intercontinental Championship was against Gunther versus Mustafa Ali. This one was like, it was just getting good at the end of it. Like, the match was moving very slow. No, not really that much chemistry. I only watched it one time, and I'm glad I did. It was not that, it was, for me, it was okay, I guess. But, like, once it started picking up, it was the end of it. 3.5 out of 5 for that. And same thing for the Raw Women's Championship, except Asuka actually won this time, so that's pretty good. Asuka won the Raw Women's Championship, 3.5 out of 5. And then we had another Women's Championship match, the SmackDown Women's Championship, with Natalya versus Rhea Ripley. And I gave this one a 0.5 out of 5. That was awful. And the next up was Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. This time, it was part 2 of the saga. Lesnar submitted Rhodes. Like, it was technically a submission. Like, Cody was, like, knocked out. Like, they had to just do this. And Cody lost. I don't know. That one was a 3.5 out of 5. I don't know. And then we had the Undisputed Tag Team Championships between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline. But this time it was Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. Which, yeah, that was still a good match. Jimmy turning on Roman was pretty awesome. And Kevin and Sami finally getting rid of the Bloodline's ashes once and for all. 4.3 out of 5, though, not really too whelming. It was pretty nice. Sami Zayn speaking Arabic at the end of it. Nice, but, like, really, this pay-per-view, like, really kind of under-delivered. And this was the first one that goes into 3. Just really a lot of underwhelming matches, which, yeah. Alright, so now, Money in the Bank. This pay-per-view, absolutely crazy. The men's Money in the Bank started off with a banger, too. The men's Money in the Bank match, 5 out of 5 off the bat. Awesome match. Logan Paul, Ricochet, Shinsuke. Even had Butch doing some amazing stuff. Damian Priest winning. LA Knight, the fan favorite. Santos Escobar. Like, man, this match just had it all. 5 out of 5. Amazing. And then the Women's Tag Team Championship match between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. Shayna betrayed Ronda like towards the end of the match and then walked away, and Liv and Raquel became the tag team championships. That was really the highlight of the whole match. Match wasn't really that good, but I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Still okay. Next up was the Intercontinental Championship between Matt Riddle and Gunther. That was okay. 3.5 out of 5 as well. I really have nothing to say about that. And then next up was Dominic Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes in the fourth match of the night. That one was another one that was thrown in there, I guess. Another side quest for Cody. 3.5 out of 5. And then the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. That one was pretty cool. You got Zelina Vega, Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch. Yeah, Zelina Vega, Trish Stratus. Becky Lynch, Bailey, Io Sky, and Zoe Stark. So, yeah. I'll give this one a 4.4 out of 5. This one was pretty, like, not as good as the first match, but it was still pretty awesome. Io Sky did win, which was the right choice, because it saved that SummerSlam match with the triple threat between Asuka, Charlotte, and Bianca. I'll give that one a 4.4 out of 5. And then the penultimate match between Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins versus the World Heavyweight Championship. I'll give that one a 3.8 out of 5. It was good. It was a little bit lackluster, but it was still pretty good. 3.8 out of 5 for that. Yeah. And the next was the Bloodline Civil War. Between the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. That one was lit up. And Jay getting the pin on Roman was absolutely crazy. 5 out of 5 for that one. That was just so awesome to see. The full show gets a 4.5 out of 5. Just in front of Backlash and just behind WrestleMania. And then next up, we have SummerSlam. Okay, this one kind of let down, in my opinion. Now, if you watched my review of SummerSlam, you would know that it was absolutely atrocious. My review was absolutely horrible. Like, I gave horrible reviews. Like, I was not on the right side of mind. Because, like, when SummerSlam came along, I was a new wrestling fan. Like, I was just introduced. I had watched Night 1 of WrestleMania, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then I was just slowly getting deeper into WWE. And I liked it better. I liked it more. I liked it. And this was the first pay-per-view I watched after WrestleMania live, which is nice. This one, like, I just enjoyed it. I just had fun watching it. Like, I didn't care which matches were bad. I just really had so much fun watching it. And that's why I gave everything really good. I don't know. But, yeah. The first match was Logan Paul versus Ricochet. That one was actually pretty good. It just lacked the viral moment that it needed, but it's still fine. 4.7 out of 5 for that. And, yeah. Next up, should not have been a contender for match of the year, was Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes, Part 3. This one was the best one out of their 3 matches they've had, but, like, it was lacking a good amount because, like, Brock kept throwing Cody out of the ring and saying, save yourself, and Brock should have won. Because, like, Cody hit him with the steel steps, but it was a no disqualification match, I guess. I have no idea. But Cody did win, ended the saga. We had an unscripted moment with Brock Lesnar hugging Cody Rhodes after. Pretty nice. 4 out of 5. And the next up, we had the Slim Jim Battle Royal. LA Knight won. That's it. And the next up we had was the MMA rule. Let's just get on with it. 2.5 out of 5. Let's just move on. World Heavyweight, the Intercontinental Championship between Gunther and Drew McIntyre. This was a good match. It was just not as big as we were expecting because of WrestleMania. 3.8 out of 5 for that. And the next up was the World Heavyweight Championship, which was the best match of the night. In my opinion, I'll give that one a 4.7 out of 5. It was awesome. It was just a little bit overbooked in the end, but it was okay. And then the WWE Women's Championship between Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair. Honestly, I genuinely thought Bianca got hurt, but then she started walking back. I'm like, okay, it's a work. Because, like, she was not tapping out of the freaking moonsault or the figure 8, and it was just, and she won by a roll-up. Like, it was just, 3.4 out of 5 for that. And then the Tribal Combat match, which I give it a 3.7 out of 5. It was not that bad, but it was just not great. Like, it was slow moving. It was weird. Jimmy betrayed Jay, which it could make sense, but it doesn't. Jimmy and Jay want to break away from the bloodline, and then Jimmy costs Jay the match, in which it would be understandable because Jay gets all the main event scenes and Jimmy doesn't get any. But, like, if you both hate Roman, why do you betray one another? Why would you betray Jay to let Roman win? Like, it's dumb. I don't know. The full show gets a 3.9 out of 5. It was better. It was actually worse than Night of Champions. I would give it a 3.6 out of 5 instead. And the next up was, for some reason, my favorite pay-per-view of the year. Not my favorite, but it was good in my opinion. Payback. Payback was... It had crazy, crazy matches. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus in a steel cage match. Absolutely, like, just kicked off this insane show. 5 out of 5. Like, this was the best women's match of the year, in my opinion. Insanity. And the next up was LA Knight versus The Miz, which was kind of going to be a lackluster match, like, right off the bat. But John Cena came and did the whole ref thing and kind of made it better. 4 out of 5 for that. And then this one was the worst match of the night. No offense, but, like, it was. Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio for the U.S. Championship. This one was like your regular SmackDown match, so I'm just gonna give it a 3.2 out of 5. And the next up was the Undisputed Tag Team Championship match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day. This one was absolutely lights out. This is just this close to beating Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest. This was absolutely insane. 5 out of 5. Insanity. We have two, for the first time ever, or no, the second time this whole year, we have 2 or more matches that got 5 out of 5s. Elimination Chamber was one of them. And then next up was the Women's World Championship with the Women's World Championship with Rhea Ripley, or Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley. That one gets a 3.9 out of 5. This one, like, if you necessarily have 2 giant bruiserweights going against each other, like, in most cases it doesn't work. In this case, it did not really work at all. It was okay. 3.9 out of 5. And then the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, it took a long time for it to pick up. This was 25 minutes long, and it took, like, 15, 20 minutes to pick up. 4.2 out of 5, though. I'll give Payback a 4.7 out of 5. I'm going to rank it only because I watched it live, and I, like, was really feeling it ahead of Elimination Chamber. My favorite one of the year. Or my second favorite, I don't know. And the next up was Fastlane, which was one of the most forgettable shows of the year. It started out pretty okay, I guess. The Undisputed Tag Team Championships with Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day lost, which, yeah, that's okay, I guess. I have no idea why they lost to them. It was weird. It gave us that awesome meme where the freaking press conference in the end. It was awesome. 4.3 out of 5, though, for that. And then we have the Street Profits versus the LWO. Lashley and the Street Profits were facing off against the LWO. And it was a handicap match for, like, the first 7 minutes, and then Carlito came back, dominated, and they won like that. So, I don't know. 3.2 out of 5. That was just a weird match. It was really weird. And the next up was the WWE Women's Championship, which was not the best match of the night, with Charlotte Flair, Asuka, and Io Sky. This one was the most forgettable women's match of the year, but it was still awesome. Like, it started off fast. It started off fast-paced. Started off really well, and Io Sky did win at the end. It was kind of a dirty win, but still, I think it was. I have no idea. I already forgot. 4.5 out of 5 for that one. Second best match of the night. And then next up was John Cena and LA Knight versus the Bloodline. And this one was weird. Thank goodness that they did not make another John Cena LA Knight Bloodline match the main event, because this one did not deserve to be. This one was just LA Knight. This one was just John Cena getting beat up by the Bloodline and then finally tagging in LA Knight, like, taking 8 minutes off. And you just, I don't know, 3.7 out of 5. I didn't like it that much. And then the final match was the World Heavyweight Championship between Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. That one was absolutely crazy. Like, but it was weird. Like, Seth, well, I hate that they're doing Super Seth and Super Bianca now. Super Bianca's in the past. Sorry. I hate that they're doing Super Seth now. Like, he keeps kicking out of finishers, getting up at 9. Even, like, he got thrown off the second story out of stuff, and he got up at 9. And he kicks out of, like, 5 finishers each match. Like, it's kind of getting annoying, but this match was still freaking awesome. 4 out of 5. For the whole pay-per-view, but a 5 out of 5 for the last man standing match. This was the worst one out of the 4s. So, yeah. And then next up, we have the penultimate pay per view, Crown Jewel, which in my opinion is the worst one of the whole year. It started off actually really awesomely. Um, Seth Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. That was that was actually a really good match. Once again, Super Seth, I was not buying it. He kicked out of a Claymore, which you can kick out of one, but like it's still a Claymore. It's like Claymore. A Claymore looks like one of the craziest finishers to actually end you. The spear is one of the weakest finishers. This one is one of the strongest finishers, but Seth kicked out. I'm not surprised. 4.5 out of 5 though. That was a really good match, and yeah. The women's world championship fatal 5-way between Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, and Rhea Ripley. That one was pretty good. It was just I wish it got a little bit more time. 3.8 out of 5 for that. I just wish it got a little bit more time, if you know what I mean. But still, pretty good match. And the next up was John Cena versus Solo Sikoa. This one was depressing. I really thought John Cena would win, but yeah, of course, it's fine. Put the younger talent over. That's good. But it was such a depressing way to end. Like Solo gave him 7 spikes, ended John Cena's career basically. Or it's not over, but like it's basically he forced him into retirement. It's not over though. Like he gave him like 7 spikes and it was over. Worst match of the night, but still it was. 3.2 out of 5. Winner. The U.S. Championship between Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio was pretty good. It was just a little bit weird. I have no idea. There was this one moment where Logan saved Rey from absolute tragedy. Like he almost had another Big E incident. Like, and no one wants that. Like, I really want Big E to come back. I just don't want to rush it. I really did not want that to happen to Rey, because Rey, he's the reason why I started watching WWE. His feud with Dom literally is got me into WWE. 4.5 out of 5 though. Good match, I guess. This one was not good. The Bianca Belair versus Io Sky, the return of Kairi Sane, it was just not good at all. Kairi should not have returned here. She should not have. She really shouldn't have. Because like the crowd was so dead. The crowd did not care for any women's matches. Or they did, but like they didn't care for this one. 3.3 out of 5. This was just not good at all. And then Damian Priest versus Cody Rhodes was the penultimate match. I have really no idea why this was a match. They could have just done this on Raw. 3.5 out of 5. Cody Rhodes won. Not surprised at all. And then the undisputed WWE Universal Championship with LA Knight versus Roman Reigns was the most predictable piece of crap ever. I don't even know why everyone thought LA Knight would win. Yeah, you want to put him over, but like he was not going to win he was not going to ever win that. 3.8 out of 5. Crown Jewel, disappointed. It disappointed me like a lot. Like it really did. And then next up was Survivor Series War Games. In my opinion, what was the best pay-per-view of the year, and I should have streamed it. Yeah, I have a rant. I'll do that right now. Both War Games matches were awesome. Becky Lynch came back. It was basically the same War Games match with Damage Control from last year. I'll still give it a 4.5 out of 5. It was my favorite. It was the best one of the night. And yeah. The men's War Games match was the Judgment Day versus Team Cody, which had Judgment Day had the Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre. Team Cody had Cody Rhodes, obviously, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, and Randy Orton, which he didn't come out to the end. But yeah, from start to finish, this was really good. Intercontinental Championship was pretty good actually between the Miz and Gunther. It ended by submission, which was a little bit surprising. I thought Gunther would get a pin, but no. It was pretty good, and the Miz was using like heel tactics to win, which is pretty cool. He's a face now, I think, but he used heel tactics to win, which is nice. Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar was thrown in here because to put Dragon Lee over. Carlito, I still wish he could have wrestled here, but it was not a good match. Just short, 3.7 out of 5 for that. Yeah, it was short because like these pay-per-views go on for like 3 hours and 30 minutes. This one barely made 3 hours, so I feel like all 5 of these matches could have been longer. But yeah, the Women's World Championship between Rhea Ripley and Zoe Stark was again short. It could have been longer. I'll still give it a 4 out of 5, but it's still whatever. So and then CM Punk's return at the end just made this awesome. 4.8 out of 5 for this one. Survivor Series is the best pay-per-view of the year in my opinion. So what pissed me off, this is a rant I was going for, was that I had family, right? I was with family when I was watching this. And me and my brother were watching it. Randy Orton came back, we freaked out. They got mad at us. CM Punk came back, we freaked out. We freaked out the quietest as possible, and they all said, "What is wrong with both of you?" I'm like, that's when I turned off the pay-per-view, went to the bathroom, put my AirPods on, and watched the whole thing. And I thought CM Punk was going to do something he didn't, but, like, I was so mad. Because, like, they all made fun of us for being genuine wrestling fans. There was another kid, actually, in the restaurant who freaked out because CM Punk returned. It was, like, it was not a kid. It was, like, 15 years old. He freaked out because CM Punk was there, too. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But, like, it's fine. Survivor Series was still a banging pay-per-view. Thank you all for watching this half an hour video, and goodbye.